Hello everyone, welcome back to On Location here. Today I'm on location here at French Park. This is about 281 acres in total. There's a myriad of trails. They're not terribly long. I think each one is about under a mile or so, and there's about 4 or 5 different ones. I'm currently on the Blue Trail, which is the creek trail that winds through Amberley Creek here. There's some wooded hillsides. You can even do some fossil hunting here in the creek as well. And there's also some meadows and pollinator gardens that are outside, more in the opening. And so yeah, it's a very nice place to hike at. It's decent size, and it has a nice woodland here. And for this particular morning, it's very humid, very kind of muggy. But some rainfall recently really helped, I think, in just delivering this kind of fog and mist and this haze all around me here. And you probably see on my glasses right there, but yeah, it's a very nice, beautiful morning out. Very just peaceful, just winding and walking along the creek here. And I started out the morning taking some long exposures of the creek itself. Some nice kind of geologic formations and everything are situated along the creek here. And, just find the best flows and water that kind of goes throughout it. And, yeah, got some different images. I started out using without any filters, and then started doing using a circular polarizer filter just to kind of saturate the colors and remove the kind of sheen on the flat rock as the water flows over it. And it just was a really nice way, I think, to deepen the colors and everything of the landscape and the scene before me here. And so just kind of the creek trail, as you could imagine, just winds along, runs parallel on the entire creek. And so you can basically just find a pull off and kind of hop around and find the best spot. I was adjusting my exposure a little bit here and there, doing some bracketed shots, of course, and then some single shots that hopefully just to kind of make sure I get the right images and the right exposures. For example, like one of the last ones I did is about 2 seconds, f11, ISO 100. 2-second timer, just to make sure that any kind of shaking or jiggling, I guess, of the camera from me squeezing the shutter button would be reduced. And doing ISO 100 throughout, because I don't really, with it being mounted on a tripod, I really don't need that much. With the stability that is, I don't need to have it at a high ISO. Even though it is kind of dark and shaded here in this early morning, here by the creek, I'm situated amongst all these trees, of course. Just basically less noise is better, because most of my images turn out kind of noisy anyways, so it's kind of nice to do it that way. F11, just to kind of keep everything in focus there from front to back. There's different layers and kind of like sections, I guess, to the creek itself and the water. And so I just wanted to get that all basically in focus from front to back, the depth of field and all that. In 2 seconds, that's the shutter speed when it comes to long exposures, is the thing I kind of vary the most. So I was doing about 1/8 of a second. In this case 2 seconds, 1 second even. Just kind of depends, but that's the setting I adjust the most. Since this isn't like a rushing waterfall, for example, it's a lot more forgiving, and you don't need to use a polarizer like I did, but kind of helps if you have that filter, and I think the images turn out better all the same for it. So yeah, it's a beautiful morning out here, very peaceful. There's been a little bit of like a slight rain. Looks like the sky is kind of starting to open up a little bit more and let in some more light here. But yeah, I'm going to finish the rest of the creek trail here, and then probably check out some of the meadows and the other woodland trails. Hopefully they're not too muddy, because it is a little wet here from some recent rainfall. You hear that? Must be a rain cloud passing overhead. So the forecast didn't look too bad. I didn't see anything happening, but yeah, it's a very nice kind of midsummer morning out here, and yeah, I'm going to go ahead and keep going here. Alright everyone, that's it for the video here today. I hope you enjoyed it. It was a pretty decent hike, very strenuous actually, very sweaty, and got very busy as the morning went on here. I was here about 4 hours or so and hiked just about all the trails. The most hilly and most difficult one was the Black Trail. It's called the Sierra Trail, and yeah, it's just nice seeing this creek, Amberley Creek, and they're undergoing a stream restoration project, and you know, to remove harmful invasive species and stuff. I did see some Amur honeysuckle out into the like meadowy area along the woodland and stuff at the edge there. Speaking of invasive species, and yeah, overall I would just say that it was a pretty good hike out here. Very nice overcast morning. Once the fog and haze dissipated, I pretty much was just hiking around. Didn't find too many other subjects I wanted to photograph for today. But you know, there's a couple of wildflowers like wild bergamot, several different kinds of like false sunflower and other sunflower species, and other flowers in the aster family. So yeah, overall good time. Hope you enjoyed this video, guys, as much as I did making it, and I'm going to include some of the images here that I captured of Amberley Creek here at the end of the video. So yeah, that's it. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. This has been FrenchPark. Until next time, make sure to get out here. Thank you.